night. It is January 25th. So tonight we're going to be going over. So Friday we went over some coin. I think we did this Friday, but we went over some coin. I made adjustments. We're going to go back over some of those. At the same time, we're going to develop some new stuff. So it should be an interesting show. Bitcoin is trying to break into this 3,700 area, and if it turns 3,700 into support, then we could be seeing a type of reversal. Sorry, I know I have all these indicators up tonight. I want to go over some indicators as well. We had a spot for 3,700 that made sense. 42. Oh well, actually, the only spot we have that makes sense is from a little ways back. Anyway, we'll get there soon. Hey Joe, what's happening, buddy? And then Joe, I mean, I know he's the only one here now, but for Joe asked earlier if we're going to be going over some of the coin. So I made a list, and on this list it's a rough, small list of some coin that I think are at perfect lows right now. And when Bitcoin reverses, I'm going to be trying to jump on these specific prices. So he had asked me if we were going to go over that, and I told him, yeah. So my good man, we'll see what happens. I'm sure you see that we have to fight 37 now. 37 seems to be our new resistance. And we're just kind of waiting to see what happens with that. The sad reality is here we are just waiting again. It's gonna be another waiting game. What I do like is that we are possibly creating a tunnel here, and we'll see what happens with that. Oh, I still have to share my stream. Sorry, guys. Let me share me, and then we'll start going over some stuff. Me? That's me talking about me. Isn't that fun? I won't be long. All right. So I know I've already written this in the description, but real quick before we get started with some other things, um, the coin we're going to be going over specifically, there's kind of a lot. So I'm going to be going through the rundowns of these coins as much as I possibly can, really. We're going to be going over Bitcoin and Ethereum, of course, Cardano, DOGE, GRT, SHIB, SOL, MATIC, FTM, ICP, and FTT. Just because, Joe, just because we did them for you, and I'm sure that other people are curious, and since I already did them, we're going to do DOT, Luna, Link, and Mana. Mana is also another one that I wanted to add in there, but we'll just go over those because I mean I already set them up for you just to give you some ideas of where I think a low price is. So let's show them off. We might as well, right? I already put the work in, so I'm going to put those on there. Then I would also like to go over everything that we had the other week, which is going to be AVA, not ADA, CTC, Flow. I want to go over Hero, IMX, and VRA. Now, these were coin that the other week that I thought would be at perfect low prices. We haven't reversed with Bitcoin yet, so again, we're just kind of waiting and watching. And the other list is specifically what is a specific price to possibly jump into a low at. So that is what we're going to be going over tonight. And I also want to go over some indicators. So I used to use indicators all the time, maybe like 8 months ago to 10 months ago. I used indicators for everything. And then I started to not use indicators. And I use very specific, just the visual range, pivot points, things like that. But tonight we're gonna gloss over, not gloss over, but we're gonna go over the EMA. We're gonna go over. See, it's hard because the screen is so rectangular, kind of squished. But we're gonna try and do it. Hopefully, it won't squish everything. I want to show you guys the MACD if we have time. I want to show you guys the RSI and how I use them, and how these tools can give you good indication also of when could be a right time to buy. The biggest problem with a lot of these indicators is nobody knows what time frame to use them on. And the thing is that it's kind of hard to gauge. You have to stick to your time frame. In other words, if we find something on the 6 hour, right? If we find over bought on the 6 hour, and then we go to the 10 hour and it's no longer there, we then have to just chart inside of that 6 hour, or else it's going to throw off the RSI. So we have to collectively take our indicators and understand what time frame we're going to put them in. And to be honest, that's kind of the best way it works. You'll get the best results, kind of thing. You know what I mean? All right, we're going to start the show in just a moment. I know we haven't started yet. We're still kind of getting things together. Wanted to make sure everything is running right, and we can get to rocking and rolling in just a minute. I do have the chat question for you in regards to highs. Sure. I mean, you can ask me about highs. Since we're down so low, what kind of question do you have on the highs? And yeah, dude. So Joe, I've been checking out virtual. Hey, Justin Hall, how are you, Justin? What's going on, man? Joe, I was also looking at different NFTs and digital land today. I got into another one of these stupid games, and we'll see if I enjoy it. But yeah, I got into one of these damn games where you can get land and all this crap. And the one I'm playing is called hold on, I forgot the name already. Well, I mean, I don't feel like I'm late to it. So the one I've been checking out is called, come on, where is it? Splinterlands. And because I like games like Hearthstone, I like card games. So apparently it's a card game. I've been playing it. Damien, what's going on, man? It's a card game that I've been playing, and you can get land, you can buy cards. Somebody's selling a card up there for $500,000. And so I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna like play this. I'm going to just play it and just try it out. And so far, I actually like the game. So we'll see what happens if I end up staying with it or, you know, whatever. Denny, what's happening, my boy? All right, we got my Denny, we got my Joe. We've got a few people in here. Hey, guys, what's going on? This is Conquering Crypto Tuesday night. Denny says to check out WRLD. So listen, Denny, I'm going to go through a whole bunch of stuff tonight. And when we get to the end of that, or done checking that out, then I'm going to go over your guys' coin, and then we're going to be going over some actual TA, of course, just indicators I want to go over tonight. So I know you usually stay this whole time anyway, baby boy. So hang out, and we'll go over that stuff. Just remind me when I get done this stuff, and then we'll get to the other stuff. So hopefully we can cover a whole bunch of things. Yeah, I guess, what is that? What W? Let's just go to it. WRLD CMC. Let's check it out together. Is it some kind of, is it NFT Worlds? Is that it? I'm guessing. Is that what I've got on screen? 11 cents. Now, this isn't the same thing as your look, your LOOKS. I know that was something we were looking at for a while as well. But anyway, okay. So we're going to go over this stuff in a bit, and we'll chart it out, and we'll check it all out. This is Conquer Crypto Tuesday night. My name is DeMarco. If you want to find most of us, we are on Facebook. We also have a Discord. I post a lot of my stuff on TradingView. We have a TikTok. We have a Venmo if you want to tip me, and you can find a lot of my stuff posted, like I said, I think so, on TradingView. Zach, what's going on, buddy? How are you, man? you haven't missed too much. We're just about to get started into trading views, into checking out some coin. So first thing we want to do, what's up, conquerors? Yeah, glad to have you guys. The first thing we're going to do tonight, of course, as we usually do, what is up with Bitcoin? Okay, so at this point, I can honestly say things have gotten so wonky and weird with the TA that I can't control it anymore. So there gets to be some times where price is just so all over the place that you just don't have a good grasp. You can't use any indicator. You can't use, common sense. You can't use advanced charting. You can't do anything, and that has now come to Bitcoin. So we're going to go over some things that I'm sure of. Okay. By the way, these are called pivot points. Anyone else shorting tonight? I'm not. So I've decided not to short or long. I'm going to answer that question. Is anyone else shorting tonight? I have decided I'm staying out until the bear market is over because I keep getting screwed on my shorts, on my trades. I did okay, then I do bad. And listen, I don't like 50-50 and I don't like to lose. So I am chilling out when it comes to me getting into the market so hard like I usually do because Bitcoin has been all over the place. So I am waiting just to answer that question. These, real quick, guys, if you use TradingView, I just wanted to show you. See these beauties right here, all these numbers, the green and red? So these are called pivot points. It's a perfect way for you to make natural support and resistance lines, just like we do when it comes to the visual range, the VPVR, this guy over here. So I know I already have a few guys that do TA in here. So pivot points give you those natural point areas of support and resistance. Definitely check them out. I've used them a ways back, but I just started to use them a little bit more in the last couple weeks just so I could get like the perfect area for support and resistance kind of thing. You'll notice how I'm only a 6 hour right now and the damn pivot points can't even pick up where to put. Like it's not even a tunnel anymore. I don't know what to do with trying to track all of this stuff. Okay. Anyway, let's go over. We went over Bitcoin a little bit. We do have quite a bit to go over with. So if you're just joining us now, hang out, settle in, because I kind of have a lot that I want to go over. Bitcoin is doing bad, as we all know. Bitcoin is every market, like seriously on every single market. Every single one of my exchanges, every single one of my portfolios, not every one, but a good amount of them are down. And apparently that this could not be the end of it. So guys, just for me to y'all, you already know this, just hold on. We have to wait. This stuff is down. We're going to have to wait longer. I mean, until Bitcoin gets better, until, the economy gets a little bit better with the stock market, we're kind of in a slump, but that doesn't mean that we can't make wins still or find wins. And that doesn't mean we can't go over fundamentals and checking out new coin. That's what we're going to continually do. The staking. So I know you told us that the staking was doing really good. So Danny's been staking a coin called Looks. It's something that is pretty brand new. I think it's associated with NFTs, and that's something we're actually going to go back over a little bit later. I've got you marked down. And of course, when I get to the end of going over all the random coin that I want to check out, we're going to check out that stuff as well. Okay. So I'm not checking chat anymore. You guys talk if you want, but I have to get into some stuff here. I like talking with you guys. I feel like I'm not even hosting the show. I just feel like, oh yeah, oh, you guys are talking in chat. Yeah, hold on. Let me. I'd rather be involved in that. No, okay, all right. Actually, half the time I would be. We're gonna go over Ethereum. So again, we know Bitcoin is down, right? Bitcoin is down. We have to wait for the rest of this stuff to pick up. Ethereum had some interesting, of course it followed Bitcoin. It was going up for a while. It had this nice channel. Eventually, it made its own bear channel, just like Bitcoin did. That was this guy right here. And right now, it's down here. Guys, I'm going to be honest. Okay. So again, we're going to discuss tonight where a lot of low prices could be. Now, the reason I say that is because we don't know, right? We don't know if Bitcoin is going to keep falling. That's a problem. So we have to plan, right? We have to plan for both. We have to plan as if it's going to take off. We have to plan as if 30K is still coming and maybe even further. So what I did is I checked out, I just went through a bunch of coin, and just like my other list that I'm sure you guys, some of you are already aware of, where I found some coin where there were lows, okay, like the TA was very specific. In other words, where I was at that point in the TA, it was a low, and there was so much information and so much stuff that could pick us up with that coin later that was what that list was made for. I hope I explained that well. So with that said, I've got another list for y'all. This one has pricing. This one has where I think, I mean, where I'm probably going to be buying some things myself. Now, I made this list maybe about like 4 or 5 days ago. And so it's been adjusted a little bit since. I edited it a little bit yesterday, and we're going to now check it out. But the first thing I want to go over is, to me, we're going to discuss this as if Bitcoin is probably still going to go to 30K this week, okay? And then bounce off into new highs by, we'll say, not new highs probably before summer, but I think the reversal is going to come before the end of February. Since I believe that, that's how we're going to look at this, okay? We're going to run that. We're going to speculate that. So for our first coin, Ethereum, I get asked where I think the best lows are for coin all the time. I also get asked where the best highs are. And it really, again, it equates to how Bitcoin acts. So for right now, one of our first one, Ethereum. If you're not tracking this stuff, that's fine. I'm tracking it. But if you guys are along with me, you can definitely keep me posted if you think certain things as well, because I like to hear other information all the time. So now Ethereum, I think, is a solid buy at 2,500. Now, I don't know if that's going to be, because right now, let's look. We're kind of at 2440 with Ethereum. So hell, if Bitcoin now drops down another to 30K, the possibility of it continuing to fall is a pretty good chance. So again, I think 25 though is a totally fair, nice low area. It's probably an area that I'm gonna try to get back up in once things start to reverse. Ethereum 2,500. Let's continue. So the next one we're gonna go over is ADA. Where do I think ADA, Cardano? So remember, Cardano. Look at all this stuff that I've got mapped for Cardano. So I made a boatload of money on Cardano in September. When was it? August? In August, I made a boatload off Cardano. In SHIB, I made it in October. And I'm talking like 5 figures plus. I did really well on these guys. I was just very happy about it. And you can see all that in the middle here. That's what this is. So where are we? Things have gotten worse and worse with ADA, right? They never really got back out of their hole. In September, they took a nice dive. Yep, see at the bottom of the date. So you see in September, they took a nice dive. They have not recovered that since. Like there was supposed to be, this was coming out for Cardano. And they've got smart contracts. And they're gonna, cook you dinner. It was everything that was coming out for ADA was just up and up. So I honestly, I was ready to go to war for ADA. I thought things were going to be great. I thought they had all this stuff planned. Now, for right now, just maybe it's not necessarily that they don't have it planned, but I know they have a lot of things in the works, just like SHIB and a few other small guys do. So for me, right now, I think is probably the best place to buy ADA, $1. So what's my reasoning also behind that? Let's look real quick. Do you see this long support area? Okay. Now this long support area develops all the way from back this past March. I'm pretty sure ADA is probably older than that. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's older than that. And I don't know what it has before March, but honestly, that is coming up to be almost a year ago. So This dollar has not been broken with 88. I think a dollar is the perfect spot. If 88 is something else you're looking to get into, my opinion would be is that now is still the perfect time. Now would be the perfect time because as you can see, it's not falling farther in any other areas. Even you know what I mean? So if it's not going to fall farther, even though we might get to 30K with BTC, that's a perfect buying spot. There you go. Next guy we're going over is Snoop Doggy Dogg. Now, Dogg is something that was big last year. Of course, it with Musk put out all this stuff. He went on SNL, and actually, I think it's sunk since he went on SNL, something like that. Because actually, I had a whole bunch of cash laid out on it for SNL, and it ended up not working out. And he threw that, he screwed it up, whatever. So Doggy Dog since then has not really recovered. From this mapping that I see since October 31st, October was a good month for a lot of coin because if you go back and look at October for Bitcoin, so that's why a lot of these other coins also did really well in October. Dog right now, I say a perfect low. Right now it's almost 14, 14 and a half. I would say 12 cents is probably one of the best areas to get in. It did get down to 12. Okay, you see this? It did get down to well, almost. But I think that's like probably the best deal area. If we do go back down to 30K, absolutely this is going back down to 12. Can you pick it up at this price? Sure. Again, I'm looking at what would be like a really nice low area coupled with Bitcoin. We don't know what Bitcoin's going to do. So what's a nice, good low area for all these coins? Dog, 12 cents. I think that's a pretty good deal. Next one we're going to go over, GRT. GRT, or I believe it is Graph, is something that I've actually made a few bucks with as well. I like GRT. We got all this stuff on screen. Let me get rid of it. That's part of my EMA strategies. All right. So here's the deal that happened with GRT. GRT was in this really nice triangle. I thought it was going to bounce and have one of these triangle bounces toward the tip where it fires out of there and everything is good and it, fires off here like that. Shoo! That did not happen, and that did not happen with a lot that I've been tracking, and it didn't happen because Bitcoin is not doing well. If Bitcoin's not doing well, a lot of these patterns get screwed. So for the graph, the highest it got, 2.8. The lowest it is on this chart anyway is 2 cents. So the graph I have being a good pickup, a little bit cheaper than it is right now. So the graph right now is 41 cents. I'm thinking 30 to 35. Sorry, let me go back to it. I'm thinking 30 to 35 would be a nice pickup area. So we'll say there and here. So it can definitely get lower than it is right now before I pick up a whole lot more. I feel like once it definitely does get down further from the 30K would be a nice area to pick it up. Again, the graph is one of those coins that no matter what, when Bitcoin turns around, it's going to be there and it's probably going to be crazy. All right. Next one is our SHIB boy. Shibaroo, Shibari. You guys know we've been following SHIB now for a while. Geez, I think I've been following SHIB since it came out. Now, of course, I didn't get hardcore with it until October came around because that's when it took off. And after, as you can see, so at the bottom, you see October 4th, and that went crazy all the way until October 28th. And since October 28th, it has not done a damn thing but fall. So is SHIB going to be something interesting in the future? I think so. I think they have so much in the works, and just like a coin like Dog, I think once the market picks back up, I think there's some pretty good gains to get on these guys. Again, that's just my opinion, and SHIB is something else that I plan on getting into. Now, let's take a look real quick at the SHIB chart. So in October, we actually, for about a week or so, it's funny, I was on vacation. For about a week or so, we stayed inside of this consolidation tunnel, right? Bounced around on the inside of here, finally broke out of it. So recently, we went down to prices that were just as low as that area. Well, broke out of that. Okay, so it fell even further from that. So now, what's a good price for SHIB? I'm thinking around the 2100 area. Now, when I say the 2100 area, I'm talking here. Okay, so kind of where it is, basically where it is right now. I don't think it's going to fall a heck of a lot further. Just like with BTC, and that's something else I want to show. A lot of this stuff is not going to be able to go on reversal for a while. So again, SHIB is one of those things. Do you see how we're encased also in how in this bear wedge, more or less? It's kind of a channel. So this would be a bear channel. Do you see how we have this wall up here? Well, we are not going to be able to get through this wall up here until reversal strength. If we don't get through that wall, we don't go into a bull run with SHIB. So we have all of this space and area that we still have to plow through. And then there's a ton of resistance. SHIB's got its work cut out for it. Is it a good buy to even maybe scalp at this area? I think so. Is it a good buy at a low in general for 2100? I'm going to say yes, just because of Bitcoin's price, because this has been pretty steady down where this might be the lowest first SHIB. Is it a good time to pick up more? Possibly. I think I plan on it. Next one we're going to go over is SOL, SOL. SOL is another one of those coins where it's like, man, it's got its own network for NFTs. It's really just kind of leading the charge. And I think Solana will become as strong as maybe an Ethereum one day if it keeps going like it's going, because people apparently really like using the Solana network. So Solana got really strong really fast. Back in August, it started out $40. It jumped all the way to 260 in November. Just did the market dirty. This is just such a nice bull run, man. And then, of course, like everything else, it fell. Now, Solana fell with the November 9th fall of Bitcoin, when Bitcoin went into its tunnel. And now it is all the way down at 92. So where do I think is a good buy for SOL? Well, it depends. So here's my SOL issue. If Bitcoin is going to stay where it is and be the reversal from here, okay? So in other words, if this is going to be the reversal, then I think 90, around 90 is a nice spot to get Solana, which is right where it's at now. But I think it's going to fall a lot further if Bitcoin gets to 30K. So if we're just talking normal pricing and the reversals from here, Solana, 90 is a nice area. If not, there is a hidden area down here that goes all the way down to 60. So you see a 65 area had an old support bounce. I am actually going to say 65 for Solana. Let that bad boy fall a little bit more. But again, that's only really going to happen on a lot of these coins if Bitcoin does actually get back down to 30K. I think it still might. But things do look okay right now, whereas a reversal is possible. SHIB at 14. Yo, SHIB can drop down to 10 for all I care. I'm ready to buy it up. I'm ready for this damn market to turn around, man. It is infuriating waiting. Like, I am losing my mind waiting to jump into some of this stuff. And I just know I'll lose money if I do. So I'm like, trying to stay away with my force powers, my TA force powers. All right, we got a bunch more to go over, and we're actually, where are we at? Half an hour in. All right, we're going to go over MATIC next, guys. So actually what we're going to do probably for the rest of the show, I did want to go over indicators. We'll see if we get there, because I've got a lot more coin I just want to go over, and then I wanted to check out some of your stuff. Maybe we can do a fast indicator thing, but I didn't realize we're already a half an hour in. Who cares? I'm going to keep going, but we're going to definitely get your guys' coins in, because I like doing the ones you care about, or else, what's the point? You guys got to come here and get something out of it. I'm just a talking head that probably doesn't know half the shit that I'm talking about. I could say that, right? Okay, let's go over MATIC. So MATIC, I just feel is at a nice area cut in half, right? So where would MATIC be a good price? Well, to me, right now it's at 1.55. I really think that MATIC, like a nice low, all the way down here at 1.05. So you see, I think this is like a perfect area. There's some other support and resistance areas down in this spot. So I really think that MATIC would be like a great deal if Bitcoin falls to 30K between 1.05 and 1.2. So we can actually, again, you can increase this to wherever you like. But again, this is just speculation, a little bit based on, is Bitcoin going to fall? Is Bitcoin going to stay? So, you know, use that with whatever you're thinking you want to do. Just use that information how you will. FTM is going to be our next one. So FTM is in the same kind of boat as MATIC, where it doesn't have any kind of specific pattern going on. A lot of these altcoins don't. They really just have like a few tunnels, a little bit support and resistance, but nothing like good identifies so you can track. And this is another one. FTM right now. So price is at 2.2. It dipped all the way back down to 1.9. I think a good spot to pick up FTM is going to be between 1.6, not far from where it is right now, and 2. So basically, I expect FTM to get down a little bit lower. If it does, pick it up. I think FTM is also going to be one of those coins that once the market changes around, I feel like I say it 100 times, once the market changes around, guys, everything's going to be okay. So hopefully FTM is in that circle as well. And we got a couple more. We're going to go over ICP, Internet Protocol. ICP is at like a low. So ICP started real high. Look at this bad boy, 630. And then, of course, just sank and sank and sank. ICP could actually be one of those coins where it's like, I don't want to say dead and over, but it might not be one of those coins that can get back up. Especially because of how it's fallen. But with that said, it could be really nice to short, and who knows, it could do something. Right now, price is at 20, and this is, we're not even down at the 30K area, so I've got ICP as a good pickup at this area. I think $20 is perfect for ICP. Back in September, it was up at 90, so I think this you know, has potential. We'll see. We're going to go over FTT. FTT is also at a low. There was a high of 69. Right now, it's at 36. And I think FTT is a perfect pickup. And we're going to say between 30 and 33. Come on, get out of here. So somewhere in that area, it could be a nice pickup, kind of like where it is now. But there you go, FTT. So now I've got 4 left, okay? So this is what we're going to do. I've got 4 left. Some of them were stuff that me and Joe were going over, just back and forth, and he asked me about a couple coin, and I said, well, you know what? I might as well just show them off here. Let's talk about them here, right? Zach, real quick, how do you make predictions on coins that are below all-time lows? So how do you make predictions on coins that are below all-time close? So again, it has to do with where you're at in the current TA. I think I see what you're saying. So let me see if I can find one. Was there one? Which one was like that? Oh, well, here's a good one. Here's the I'm worthless flow. So basically, you know how we have to find whatever pattern within the low area we're at, because I understand what you're saying. We're at a low. Right. I see exactly what you're saying. Where do we find a good spot to kind of try and predict? And again, when you get to that low area, you kind of just have to wait for new TA to be created. So if you can't find TA in those low areas, now, again, some of these aren't TA wise. They're sometimes just price wise. So even if it's at a low, a new all-time low, and there's not a lot to check out in that area, the best thing to do is just wait for new TA, go based off of that. We just did that with Bitcoin. Now, it wasn't an all-time low. We still had some stuff behind, but seeing that it was so far away, we could still, we couldn't use it because it was too far away. So it really depends on what you're looking at. But I do know what you mean. That is something that's absolutely like, well, I'm at an all-time low now. and I'm all the way down here low when price action was up here. Where can I go TA wise now? The best thing for you to do is nothing. Wait until new TA forms. In other words, don't try and do TA with it. Wait until new price action forms and go based off of that. You're just going to have an easier time. Trust me. Ooh, Bitcoin. I need me some Bitcoin. What's going on, Bitcoin? I actually need some Bitcoin. All right, we're going to go over DOT. Now, again, some of these are for Joe, and then we're going to go over Mana. I want to go over Looks for Denny. We're going to go over World as well. And after that, you know, I was going to go over the other list. Maybe we can browse through that real quick. And then maybe we'll call it a night. So DOT right now, it got down to 18. Again, just like Joe was even talking about, the old TA shows, because DOT I've got between 10 and 14. So right now, price is at 18. DOT, I believe. So now this is actually, we'll show you guys real quick what. I bet Dwight Schrute loves Bitcoin. So I think with DOT, it's right now at 18.5. I think price can get down between 10 and 14, and that's actually probably a better area to buy. But just like Joe was saying, what if we didn't have this back here, right? What if we didn't have this TA to make this be some kind of support we can go off of? My opinion is we wait for more price action. So you really can't, if you really are going in them all-time low areas where you can't then do the technical analysis, like you don't have other figures, let's say you don't have any kind of pattern to go off of or anything, the best thing for you to do is to wait until new price develops. And then you can go, oh, okay, well now since new price has developed, I can go based off of this. Look, we hit this up here. Oh, we hit that down there. Look, and even all new all-time low, and I didn't know it was going to bounce off of there. So that's going to be a support thing for me later on. That's what I recommend for you. That's my 2 cents, Zach, when it comes to, oh, I'm stuck at this end area. That's a good question, though, because I've ran into the same issue. All right, we're also going to go over Luna. Luna was another one of Joe's. Now, actually, I don't have this tracked. Oh, nope. It's not one I wanted. There we go. So Luna right now, again, was just one that Joe asked me if we could get done. So in my opinion, when it comes to Luna, right now it's at 62. So there are a little bit of leeway back here. You see how we've had some stops before? I'm sure this is December 3rd. Man, that picked right back up, didn't it? Look at that. It fell December 3rd, picked right back up. That was when Bitcoin had that big fall, went back up. So I have Luna a better buy. You know what I mean? Maybe not a best buy, but a better buy, if that makes sense. Luna, I've got between 40. You can see where I'm getting that from, this old support area, and 52. So this is pretty large because it seems like I think price might fall. So since it still is up in this area and we do have 1, 2 support areas below price where we have right now, the possibilities are that it will probably fall more. And if it does, I think between 40 and 52 is a nice area to pick it up. 62, my opinion, for Luna might be a little bit too much, my opinion. We're going to go over Link. Where are we at here? Okay, Link had a nice steady uptrend. Nice steady uptrend. It broke that uptrend. I remember going over this before. So Link, now that it's broken the uptrend, remember, it can fall on its own. It doesn't need Bitcoin's help. It can just fall because it's broken the uptrend. So Link is something to be a little bit concerned with. But then again, so is Bitcoin in general, just based on how it's been. Right now, it's at 15.5. And I think between 10 and 14 are probably your best bet. So if Link is something you had on your mind to get soon, go ahead and grab it. I think it's still going to get down into these areas a little bit further, but again, that's only if Bitcoin gets down to the 30K, which who knows? I don't know. It could pick up from here and go into the full reversal. I don't know. It's been so hard to track lately, man. You have no idea. It has been so difficult to try and track. Um, just forget it. That's why I'm just waiting. I'd rather not just, place an order and everything is so wishy-washy. I might as well just wait. So mana right now is at 2.2. Now I did not go over mana. It's something that I wanted to. Let's see if we can find a good area together. That would be a nice low. So we have an old resistance point. Now this was back in May. And look at that. We use that area as support. So this could be a strong area. So I'm just going to go based off of this simple that I see. Mana would probably be a good buy between 1.7, 2.0. I think that's fair to say. One more time. So that is Mana, Decentraland, the game token, between 1.7 and 2.0. Now, again, this is just like kind of mini TA on it. 1.7, 2.0. Because if we're looking at the TA to track, we're at 2.2 right now on Mana. And I just feel like if we do dip down a little bit with Bitcoin, it can absolutely get back into this area. It has not broken, if you'll look, since it shot up October 30th. It has not, of course, broken this area of 1.6. It did come down and touch the 1.7 area, right? So let's just say, okay, that old resistance area apparently is a support area now. You know what I mean? It's got a couple candles getting close to that. So it might stay strong. If it does fall a little bit, there you go. That's going to be 1.7 to 2.0. So we're going to go over some of your stuff now. And of course, you guys say thank you. You guys are all welcome. Whatever you guys want or need, I'm happy to go over. So for Denny, the first thing we're going to check out is this world thing. We're going to go over a couple coin. If there's anything else you guys want to see, we'll check out. And what I'll do to finish off the night is we're going to go over to see if any of those things that we went over last week have changed into better positions. Because I don't have prices on those. That's all just based on the TA, not a price area. So is this something I'm going to be able to find a chart for, Denny? See, that's part of the issue, is if I don't have a chart for it, I have to kind of look at this. I have to look at the trading view on here. Oh, that's not even going to let me. Yeah, Danny, I don't know if you're still with us, brother, but the problem is I don't think that I can chart it. Oh, maybe I can try. Maybe I can try. All right, so this is all it's going to give me. And I don't think, at least this will be recorded for him. Yeah, dude, I'm not getting anything. This is one of those things that's DeFi, and when you guys give me these, you got to make sure that they have some kind of layout, or else I can't track them. I don't know if I can do looks. I think looks I was able to do. Looks seems like it's doing well from this chart, but again, like it's just too difficult to figure out. This is just like a random DeFi that just, you know what I mean? And that's it. So yeah, Denny, just make sure when you give me these, make sure they've got some kind of charting. Because if not, then it's just like, well, there you go. That's it. That's the only chart that I can find for looks. And with the other chart, it was like one candle. So just make sure when you give them to me that we can actually go over. So before, okay, Zach's got one. Let's go over it. Sold. What do I think? Well, let's go over it. We'll go over a couple more if you guys want. It seems to be popping off recently. Where you see that popping off? Maybe your popping off is different from my popping off. Where's that popping off, son? Where? Where's it popping off? All right, well let's check it out. So we've got a nice support area here since November. I've got the right SOL, right? It's not SOL. January 1st. January 1st. Oh well, yeah, sure. A month ago, it fell since then. I mean, January 1st, it popped up to 3.7, and now it's at 1.76. So, man, I don't know. I don't know a lot about Phantasm. I think I've gone over it before. Just kind of checked it out, but that's why it's actually in. If you look, that was in my list because it's something that I went over. But how about we do a little bit of a let's see. So, well, actually, if this is the support area right now, this could be a good area to buy SOL because remember 1.76. If this is going to be our support spot, 1.76 in this area could be a good spot to buy it. You know what I mean? It's possible. That is 100% gain after the first. 100% gain after the first. This one right here is 100% gain. Mine says 50. Seeing that? I don't see 100. I see 50%. Maybe it'd be 100% from where it's at now, if that's what you mean. Yeah, so it'd be 100% if from where it's at now. This was, it looks like it was 50%. The first it was 2.6, went up to 3.7. Zach, you love just throwing me curveballs all the time, don't you? All right, well, we went over SOL. Killing me, man. You're killing me. All right. Let's go over real quick. We're going to go over the stuff that I had tracked that I told you guys maybe write down. It's something we can look on later. Can you check Adam out? Absolutely, Damien. Of course I can. Let's go. I'm guessing you probably have it on Coinbase, Damien. I like to look at my stuff on KuCoin. Do you have your stuff on Coinbase? I'd imagine that's where most people look at their stuff. Atom is something that I used to have, I believe. Cosmos. Yeah, Atom actually is a good one. Do I have the Atom saved? Because I had it saved before. Hold on a second. I'm glad you're bringing this to my attention, Damien, because I sometimes have stuff that I forget I want. And Atom was actually one of those things. I made money off of Cosmos before. All right, so let's check it out. What do we have? Let's do it together. Let's do some TA, guys. I know we've been going on for a while. Damon, I don't know if you're new to the show, but we do a lot of technical analysis. I like to go over patterns, charting, indicators. So right now together, I'm going to show you how I would do a technical analysis chart for Cosmos to kind of see where we're at, see where we could go. Then the first thing I always look for, what kind of trend are we on? So Atom right now, boom, we're on an uptrend. This is the most important thing that you can find with a coin is what trend are we on? Where is it going? This is important for when price goes the opposite direction. You know now it has a chance to fall. That is important. If we go now, let's take a look to see if we see any kind of interesting patterns. I see kind of a mini cup and handle. Now, cup and handle is typically a little bit more advanced compared to basic triangles. We can try and do our... Damien, I'm glad to hear it, man. Very cool. Well, you're more than welcome to come here. I run the show Tuesday and Friday. Bring whatever coin you want, man. Just like the other guys will tell you, we'll go over whatever the heck you want. I like to have fun with you guys. Whatever you want to bring, we'll go over it together, see if it's worth it. We're going to do the double arc. So this is like a possible cup and handle. Let's say it is. Okay, let's go over the fact that it is. Now, for you guys that don't know the cup and handle pattern, what we develop is we develop this round circle that leads into a channel. Now after that, channel can break. So this to me looks like it might head back down and then bounce off of its uptrend and go back up. So let's pretend that's going to happen. Let's pretend. So I think that this has the possibility of falling back down here. Let me put pivot points on top of it. So now I'm going to get in a little bit closer because I want to see where my support and resistance areas would be. So this would be a nice support area. We're going to change that a little bit. If this is my handle, if this is my cup, they call this like a hook. I don't have the specific name for this. It works like a cup and handle, but they actually call this like a fisherman's hook or something like that. Something weird. Because remember, a lot of these patterns have variants, like Loki. All right, let's see. So we've got our top right here for now. That's our most recent. So I think it's possible price could drop back down to that area before it takes back off. Now, again, this is all based on what happens with Bitcoin. Damien, I'm not sure if you're aware, the entire cryptocurrency, blockchain, everything in cryptocurrency, when it comes to its pricing and how it acts, is dependent on Bitcoin and how Bitcoin moves. When Bitcoin moves up, the market moves up. When Bitcoin moves down, the market moves down. That's why when we talk about things like Bitcoin probably dropping down to 30K again this week, more prices are going to fall, right? How do we know that? Well, I can prove it to you just by going over a million maps that your coin follows Bitcoin, and Atom is absolutely no different. So if we put up an idea of pricing, so now we have Atom, so we're going to do an idea of pricing just like we did on this other stuff here. Support and resistance are these major areas that are developed by price. So support is always the bottom. So the bottom is of course, your lowest price in the area you're tracking. Resistance is at the top. You bounce usually off support and resistance. When you get out of that area, okay, if it goes above resistance or below support, that's called a breakout. So what we would want here, I'm not going to draw it all up, but we would want this tunnel right here, this area that's leading from 34 and up. It dropped down a little bit here. We would want it to get not past 42. So we would want it to bounce off of this area. Again, a resistance bounce because we're coming out of a cup and handle pattern. So we want the resistance bounce to fall back to the major uptrend line, our most important line on the entire chart. This line right here, major uptrend. I'm going to get rid of this stuff because I'm sure it looks annoying to you guys. This line right now, for this chart, this is the most important line for Atom, is this uptrend. So long as this uptrend is going up and price does not break it, it means price will continue to go up. This is why trends are so important. Let's continue on with our pattern. So we've got our cup, our handle. We then have built brackets over where we could see nice bounces. So where would a good price be to pick it up? Well, I'm going to say that this has a pretty good chance of bouncing back down into this area here. We also we could develop this spot right there as another support area. So I am going to say Cosmos could be a nice area to pick up between 25 and 30. Okay? So let's remember that. I'm going to write that down. 25 and 30 would possibly, Damien, be a nice low to pick it up if Bitcoin gets down to 30K. See, again, that's going to be the thing. What's going to happen with Bitcoin? I'm not sure. That's why we develop this stuff out. Zach says, don't you want to start looking for support and resistance line that have at least 3 touches for a trend line? Well, yeah, sure. We've got, let's see what we have on this bad boy. I mean, you want as many touches as possible, right? So it's not like you need to have some definitive amount of touches. So it's not like just because we don't see at least 3, it doesn't mean we're not on an uptrend. I mean, so think about how we're looking at the trend, right? Price has been heading up. Of course, it's an uptrend, right? Just because we have these 2 points, we actually have 3, 1, 2, 3. But let's say we just had the 2. Even if price is heading up, we have to use those 2 points, if that's what you mean. And if you're talking support and resistance, multiple lines, no, you don't have to have multiple touches to develop support and resistance. All you have to have is a stoppage of that price. That's why the pivots pick it up in certain areas. All you have to have is a stop in that price. And that stop, now this one's using the wicks. I sometimes use the wicks, sometimes don't. But to me, this would be like, so you've got a tunnel within a tunnel at the end, if you want to get technical. But I don't think this tunnel is going to get used because we already have another resistance. But again, if you get to that point, if you're tracking this and you want to set an alarm and you get to this point and price keeps going, well, then you know this might be your resistance line and not this one. That's why usually when I set this stuff up, I've got dashed lines for secondary. So I would normally say that this would be my secondary tunnel and this is my primary tunnel in my cup and handle or hook pattern for the bouncing. Just the trend lines. So, I mean, no, you don't have to have 3 touches. What are you saying? You need 3 touches before you can do TA? I think like you want as many touches as possible. The more touches you get on the trend, the more the more you know where the trend is headed, right? But as long as you at least have 1 point, you can kind of go off of that. But of course, the more touches you have, the more positive you know that that trend is strong. So if you do only have 1 point that you can really grab on, you should have a minimum of 2. But if you do only have 1 point, so long as you can gauge which way the actual price is going, then you're okay using less than 3 touches. But I like that you're saying that because that's something that we brought up a while ago. How many touches do we want? And 3 was a nice number. And I think that's actually something in one of our books that you probably have. That's something I think that was talked about. So, I mean, so let's think about it this way. If it didn't have 3 touches, let's think about it this way. If it didn't have 3 touches, would it still be an uptrend? To me, the answer is yes. So then I'm not relying on a total of 3 touches. You see what I'm saying? 3 touches to me means that it's stronger. So that's how I'm going to answer that question. Without the 3 touches, what kind of trend would we have? The answer is we would still have an uptrend. So I don't need 3 to know which way it's heading, right? I need 3 to know how strong is this trend. If I don't have all those touches, then the risk of it breaking that trend is probably a bigger risk. See what I'm saying? So there we go. I hope that explained it a little bit for you. There you go, Damien. We went over Adam. Damien, if you ever come up with coin, man, and you want to write them down and you want to go over them for our live shows, Tuesday and Friday, bring your coin. We'll happily go over them. And now, real quick, there's the last thing. I want to go over the coin that we went over last week just to see how the TA is doing. Ready? AVA. We're going to check on some stuff, and then we're going to call it. Thanks for coming out, guys. We're just going to check on a few quick things. AVA. So AVA, look at this. AVA fell out of our triangle. Zach said, Damien, anytime, man. Now, hold on a second, because I like when Zach sends me things. So hold on, Zach. What are you sending me? PM'd me an image. I want to see what Zach is looking at. I like to compare TA. I mean, it's always good to compare what we've got. You know what I mean? So let's see what he's got. This instead of this. Oh, well, sure. So what he's showing me, right. Okay. So all you developed was a primary and a secondary. So I want to show you guys what he sent me. So he's using the wicks as showing more touches. So I'm going to show you guys what he sent me. I like going over other people's TA. Lower support versus common support. So, I mean, it's kind of like which way you want to gauge it. It's not always perfect. You can go off of things based on how you want to go off of them too. This is what he's showing me, if you guys can see. Oh, no, that's not it. Hold on. Where is it? Thought I just had it. Come on. Oh, no. What did I do with it? I'm breaking the computer. There we go. So he's saying that well, actually, they both have 3 touches, Zach. Don't they? If that's what you're talking about, 1, 2, 3. That has 4. 1, 2, 3. So to me, when I look at this, what I see when I look at this is you've got a primary and a secondary. So that's all that is to me. When I would do it, let's go back to my atom. Okay, so I see what you're doing, but you know what? I don't know if I have that wick in place like you do. You actually might be on a different, I don't know if you're on a different time. What are you on, the day? Where is that one wick coming from? You've got a long green wick. USDT, isn't it the same thing? Where's this? Before July? So is it this? How come our maps are so different? If it's the same thing. Day chart on KuCoin. Isn't that what I'm on? I'm on the day chart on KuCoin. Why does it look so, yours looks so different? Huh. I don't know, Zach. I think I'm on the right thing. I don't know. Our maps look totally different, dude. March 13th. So, March 13th. There's like nothing going on here March 13th. I don't know. So all I see anyway, we'll go back to it real quick. All I see is a primary and a secondary. Are you sure that, yeah, that could be all the way laid out. But so Zach is just showing you how, at least on this, how you can have multiple trends. So you can have a primary and a secondary, whichever it does bounce off of more or has a chance to, that's the one you usually keep. And the way you develop that, now if you can see, I don't know where that is on mine, Zach. That's all I got, really. Let's go down to the 6. Maybe there's more. See, I don't know where you've got like that long spot area. I don't have that on mine. So I can't really say that I've got what you have, but I do see what you had. So let's just pretend that this is another trend. I mean, it kind of is, but this could also be considered an uptrend, Damien, if you're still checking this out. So I just wanted to show you how you can form multiple uptrends. This could also be an uptrend. And the way I would use it here is I would say it's a secondary. Just like Zach had his lines on top of each other. When you use TradingView and you click on it, you can come to this little area right here where you can do dashed lines and dotted lines. And that is typically what I do is I make my secondary dashed and my third dotted. All right, let's get done with this other stuff and we will call it a day. AVA broke down. It's now outside of this triangle pattern here. I mean, all it did is move the pattern open. Not a whole lot going on with AVA. It's just something we'll keep tracking. CTC. CTC we had previously at 2.14. It's now at 1.15. So this, of course, fell again too. Some of this stuff I'm definitely going to be picking up when Bitcoin reverses. CTC is one of them. Yes, it did not bounce off the triangle. That's going to be real interesting because look at all this support, and it fell out of that. Flow, FLOW. Oh, this is the one we went over earlier with the I'm Worthless MILF. We went over this for Brett a while back. Price has gotten down to 5. It's continually falling. Sadly, Flow does not seem to be doing a whole lot. I don't know what's going to change when Bitcoin reverses, but I know a lot of stuff is going to definitely be jumping back up there. Let's go over Hero. Hero is another one. This fell out of its support area. 0.06 is where, man, it was at 0.13 when we were tracking it, and now it's at 0.06. That could be a sale price depending on how you're looking at it. IMX, look at it. Every single one has fallen out of its pattern. I mean, I guess that's like expected, but damn, man, every single one. IMX is now at 2.35. When I had it before, it was at 4.74, and now it's at 2.359. Man, some of this stuff has fallen. And we're going to get in our last one for the day, guys, and it's VRA. Let's see. It has also fallen out of its area. You can get VRA now for 2 cents. And it did get up to 8 cents at one point. I'm not sure how much farther this guy can jump up. It did just break this support area. We were tracking it at 3 cents. It's now 2 cents. So we'll see what can happen for it. Guys, that's it for me. My name is DeMarco. Thank you all for coming out. I enjoyed myself. Damien, glad to have you anytime. Tuesday and Friday nights. Typically, we're going to do 8:30 start times, probably, sometimes 8 o'clock, but I always post about it, and you are more than welcome to come and join us so we can go over some of this stuff because I want you to learn a little bit of something. Zach, Joe, I know Denny was in here earlier. We tried to check some stuff out for him. Whomever else might have been in here, thanks for coming out, guys. And that's tonight's show. I will post it if you guys want to go back over anything else. You can find us mostly on Facebook. That's the main Conquering Crypto area. We've got a Discord. Definitely join us in the Discord. If you want to tip me for my special services of free, you can hit me up on Venmo. And you can find us on TradingView. That's where I post a lot of TA and TikTok. And Zach, thanks for your input on your charts because I like going over that stuff. Guys, have a great night, and we'll see you all sometime the rest of this week. Peace out, y'all.